Let's get ourselves connected. Let's get ourselves connected. Honey, let's do it right. Let's get ourselves connected. Connect with you, alright. Let's get ourselves connected. Gotta get yourself connected.
It's crazy how digital our lives are now. Everything from our personal information to important things like our memories, things like our home movies or even our photographs.
It's funny, people don't keep things like video cassettes for old family movies or even photo albums anymore. Everything is on your computer.
Well, they're stored on hard drives, and that's something very important. You have to be careful. If something happens to your computer, your hard drive, those memories are gone. And you know what? We've got an interesting letter from an old friend. Let's check it out.
Hey, Mike and AJ, help! Some of my important family photos have disappeared off my laptop and I can't find them anywhere. I think they were accidentally deleted. Is there any way to get them back? Yolande.
Well, I can't tell you how many emails I get like that. People just aren't backing up their photos, let alone their computer in general.
That's right. Well, you know, we think about having the best intentions, and yet our laptops or our computers last for so long, and that information on the hard drive could potentially fail after a few years.
Well, it's not that hard to do, and I think we've got some work to do, so let's get started.
You got it.
Well, I'm pretty excited to see our old friend Yolande again. If you remember, she was actually one of the original hosts on GetConnected.
Yes, I was, the original.
Interestingly enough, you reached out to us because you've had a bunch of photos go missing.
We had a little family get together and we thought it would be a good idea to just let the kids play on the computer to keep them out of our hair, and it turned out to be a pretty bad idea. So I noticed I have quite a few photos missing now, so I'm hoping you can get them back for me.
Well, we're going to try a few tricks to see if we can bring them back to life. Plus, we're going to give you a re-education in backing up.
Thank you.
Something you should know better.
Obviously, yes, I should.
Let's get started.
Okay.
So, Yolande, one of the first things I got to ask, why didn't you back up your files? You know you need to.
I got lazy, I guess. I mean, I know better. I know that I'm supposed to do this, and yet I never, I always thought it'd be fine. You know, I never really anticipated letting the kids play with my computer just to keep them busy, but I guess really my first mistake wasn't doing the backup to start with, and I do know better than that.
Yeah, so you know, when it comes to things like photos and home videos and what have you now, everything's digital, right? So it's all on our hard drives, on our laptops and our desktops. So I really get paranoid about backup. I want to try to make sure that I've backed it up at least 2 or 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, so what I want to show you today is something really dead simple, and once you set it up, you can basically forget about it because it'll just automatically back up for you.
Perfect.
And this is kind of a cool thing. It's called online backup. So there's like, you know, dozens of different providers out there. The one that I really like is called Mozy Home. They've got a free version. The free version allows you to back up 2 gigabytes of data.
That's not right.
No, well, it sounds like a lot, but you know, if you have lots of photos, like I think I have 10,000 photos myself. You're probably,
I'm probably
getting
up there, yeah.
And so that's, you know, I'm getting up to about, you know, 6 or 7 gigs of photos and just in that bunch there. And so they have a subscription version for $5 a month. It's unlimited.
Unlimited for that much.
Everything on your hard drive, it'll back up.
Okay.
And so the idea is once you've set it up, it automatically backs up anything on your hard drive. Anytime a file changes, it automatically backs up through the internet. And so if anything ever happens to your laptop, or let's even say your house burns down.
Okay, don't say that.
Well, hopefully
Okay.
it won't. They have all your stuff, and you can then bring that back, you know, restore it to any computer.
All the files on my computer.
Well, that's the nice
that
thing.
I've chosen.
Yeah, so you can go into their settings here, and you can see on the file system, you can back up just your photos, just your documents. You can see you can choose anything. I just basically back up the entire hard drive.
Oh, okay.
Because it's unlimited, you know, for $5 a month.
Yeah, how can they afford to do that? Like, are these people going to go out of business, or how do I know? I've never heard of Mozy Home, so how do I know?
Well, they've got a
they're
pretty good
reputable?
rep. I've done a lot of research online. They've got great reviews.
Oh, okay.
But you know, it is a great question. Like, how do you know these guys are going to be in business next year?
Lots aren't.
Well, that's why you don't want to use them as the only backup.
Oh, okay.
You'll also want to have like an external hard drive backup, which we'll cover shortly as well.
Okay.
But again, it's simple. Once it's set up, it automatically does it for you. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Okay, and then are they hard to find?
You go up to the restore, and basically you can go back and bring back any of the files. And the nice thing is it keeps versions up to 30 days back. So say, for example, you were working on a document and you've overwritten it.
Yeah.
You can go back up to 30 days. Like maybe you wanted the version 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You can bring it back to life.
Oh, wonderful. And everything, so that the photos would all be full-sized, everything like...
Everything.
Oh, wow,
Exactly as they are now.
Wonderful. That sounds really good.
Cool.
I should have done that.
You should have done that. So we'll just go into a few more settings, but hopefully shortly here we'll try to bring back those photos that went missing, okay?
That would be good. Thank you.
Well, we've come outside of the studio into the harsh elements for a good reason. We're going to take a look at a hard drive, this one from IoSafe. It's called their Solo Pro, and apparently it will withstand some pretty harsh measurements. What are they? Follow me and find out. So we're here with Assistant Chief Ernst from the West Van Fire and Rescue Department. Chief, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
So tell me, first of all, we've got a hard drive here that's supposed to withstand both fire and water damage. Typically, in your experience, what do you see when you're out there saving businesses or homes from fires?
Well, usually the computer equipment is completely destroyed, and the data can be irretrievable.
And that can be pretty upsetting to a lot of people because it's the data that's probably the most valuable.
Absolutely, and not a lot of people yet back data up off-site. So ultimately, it's on the hard drive, and it was there.
So what are we going to do today?
Well, today we're going to put it right on top of a fire that is burning up 12 to 1500 degrees, and give it a shot.
Okay, well, let's see what this thing can do. Give that, give you that. And what we're burning in the fire is a 1 terabyte storage device that claims to be fireproof up to 1550 degrees Fahrenheit for up to half an hour.
We can now test the waterproof claim. Christine's going to come in and use our hose line.
So looking at this drive sitting in this pile of ash and wetness, what do you think?
I don't think you'll ever
Like if
get
you're a
anything
betting
out
man,
of
what
that.
do you?
I wouldn't lose money on that bet. I don't think you'll get anything out of that. I'd be very amazed.
I'm pretty skeptical myself.
Yeah.
We've got the drive back to our studio, and now it's time to figure out whether or not we can recover the data. As you can see, this thing is completely torched. There's no way we're going to be able to connect this to any type of computer, so we have to go inside of it in order to get to the innards to see if our data is actually secure. I'm going to pull off the screws. We've got most of them done already. I'm just gonna pull this last screw out here, and what you have to do is you actually have to peel this entire piece away. You can see there all the melting's taking place. I'm gonna rip open the side of this drive here, like this, and that allows me to pull out this. This is the material that's essentially kept our drive safe from both heat and water. And as you can see, all this black torching all around here, this is actually the heat damage. But what we wanna do is pull this apart and actually take a look at the drive. If you take a look there, this is the hard drive that's safely stored inside of here. But you can already see there's a little bit of water and moisture still on it, so we're gonna pull it out. This is protecting against heat. This is protecting against the water. So I'm gonna cut down the sides here, like this. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna safely pull the hard drive out of that casing. Now this is pretty impressive. Take a look at that. No scarring from any heat damage whatsoever. No water has penetrated this drive. Our next step is to actually see if we can read the data that was torched inside of this fire. So we've got the drive plugged into this hard drive dock bay. It's connected via USB into this laptop computer. And as you can see, all of the files are showing up as if they're intact. We've got a video file there, so I'll just play that to make sure everything is working. If you're seeing this video, then our drive passed the test. We've been able to recover the important files, this video, safely and securely. There you have it. 1500 degrees Fahrenheit for almost 15 minutes. We put the thing out with a truckload of water and we were able to recover all of the data. Think about the implications for your important memories and your files, things that you don't want to lose, that you keep stored in your home. Pretty darn cool. I have to admit, I didn't think it was going to work, but it's time to call Chief Ernst and collect on that bet.
Gotta get connected.
So now we're going to try to hopefully work some magic and recover those files.
Please.
Please.
That'd be wonderful.
So what happens when you delete a file on a hard drive? Basically, if you can imagine a filing cabinet, it's like taking the folders out and ripping the names off the folders.
Okay.
So the files are still there, but basically now the computer knows that that space, once new stuff comes in, it can overwrite those files and use that space.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever delete stuff accidentally, what you want to do is immediately not install or do any kind of file stuff on the computer until you go into a recovery mode.
Oh, okay.
So what I want to do is use a program called Pandora, and this is going to do a deep scan of the hard drive and try to recover those files. So you can't install it on the actual computer hard drive itself. It has to be another hard drive. And the reason why you can't install it on the hard drive that's effective is that it could potentially, when you're installing it, overwrite those files that you're trying to recover in the first place. Okay. So what we've done is we've got an external hard drive, and we've installed the Pandora program on here so that we're not messing up this hard drive.
Okay, so when you install it, you just install it to there. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, got it.
So now what we're going to do is go through the recovery wizard. The first thing it's going to ask us, check the recycle bin. Sometimes people don't realize there's a little recycle bin in Windows here.
I have looked there, but yes, that's true.
But they're not there.
Okay.
So what we want to do here now is say, yes, I found my files, or no. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Hit the next button here. Then we're going to tell it which hard drive that we want to scan to find those files. So we know that it's in the C drive.
Yeah.
Hit the next button again. And now it's giving us a few options on what kind of scanning or recovery method. What we want to do is go into what's called a deep surface scan.
Okay.
And we select that. And what's going to happen is it's going to go through and scan every little micron of that hard drive to find files. So I hit next. And here we can select what kind of files that we're looking for. Images and photo files. Obviously that's what we want to do, but you also have some other options here as well. You can go into music or Microsoft Office documents, or select other types as well, like PDFs.
Okay.
So what we want to do is just hit images and photos and start the disk surface scan. So you need to know that this is going to take a long time. This could actually take hours.
Wow, really? Okay, well, I guess it's worth it.
But what we've done previously here is that we've actually done it for you. So I'm going to bring that up and check this out. It's showing us all the picture or image files that have been deleted that are potentially recoverable.
Okay.
So let's start looking through here.
Okay, give me some good news.
Is that one of them?
Yay! There's Greta at the beach. Yay! That's, oh my goodness, you got it back.
Yes, so you can actually go in and preview all of these ones, and that's what you want to do. You want to preview, make sure it's the right one,
Yeah.
and then you can basically recover it. It's going to ask you where you want to recover the picture to.
Okay.
And this is important. You don't want to recover it back to the hard drive that it got lost on in the first place.
Okay.
And the reason why, again, is that you might overwrite those deleted photos. So again, you'll want to recover it to an external hard drive. Then you can obviously
So the same
bring it
one.
back.
Okay, yep.
Any hard drive except the one that they were deleted off in the first place.
Okay. Thank you so much. I didn't think that was going to happen.
So what we want to do next is actually do another backup. We showed the online backup, but we'll also do an external hard drive backup as well.
Okay.
Just so that we have that extra backup.
Okay, paranoia.
Cool. Want more Get Connected? Check out our website at getconnectedmedia.com. Find us on our YouTube channel and our radio show on the Chorus Network.
We're going to have a look at a versus. Sometimes we compare products and sometimes we compare technologies. Today, we're going to look at USB 2 versus USB 3. USB 3 is a new standard of connection which boasts up to 20 times faster. We're going to compare this Ego drive, which has USB 3. They actually say it's 10 times faster than USB 2, against this click-free drive, which is USB 2. So here we go. I've got two files loaded on my computer. They're equal size. We're going to drag one of them. First start with USB 2. I'm going to drag it and I'm going to drop it to my desktop. We're going to see how quickly it transfers it from this drive to the computer, and I'm going to hit start on my little stopwatch at the same time. 1, 2, 3, go. So what we're going to see with USB 2 is it's going to show us approximately how quickly it's transferring per second. So we're getting about 25 megabits per second. Usually with USB 2, we often see around 30 megabits per second, so we're getting almost full speed out of this. So here we go, get ready to stop, stop. 43 seconds to transfer that file using USB 2. Let's take a look at how quickly it works with USB 3. I'll just click it and I'll drag it down here. And we're going to actually run the stopwatch on a different one here. 1, 2, 3, go. And we should be able to see this information transferring. I'll just click the down menu here as well. 75 megabits per second. So not quite 10 times faster, definitely not 20 times faster, but as you can see, get ready to stop here. 16 seconds. As you can see, if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, you are going to want to invest in USB 3. If you decide to do it, keep in mind, right now, you're going to pay a little bit more for the drives and the connection in the computer. If you do get it, USB 3 is designated by this blue connection in both the computer and the cable. Save yourself some time, maybe even some money.
Gotta get connected.
This just may well be the future of television. It's the Boxee Box. I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been using their software on my Windows Media Center PC.
As have I.
You have as well. And it's a great interface for accessing all your TV shows and movies that you've downloaded over the internet, as well as things like your music and photos as well. And then taking that to another level, it's great at accessing content on the internet video, and also most of the major TV broadcasters, Global, City, CBC, are putting all of their shows online too. So the Boxee Box allows you to access that. Very simple with the remote control. And just quickly here, what I like about this remote, very simple.
Yeah.
Also got the keyboard on the back.
That was brilliant.
I love that. So in case you have to search something, very simple to do. I digress. So we'll go into the TV shows. You can see shows, movies, apps. We'll get all to that in a moment. But shows here essentially allows me to go to this menu, and it's actually pulling the content from all those different broadcasters.
Yeah, and it's checking like City TV and CBC and Global and seeing what shows they're making available online, and then pulling it all together with that nice interface so you can see like the box art and go check out what episodes are available.
So taking that a step further, if you want to, you can also have it access your own local content. So I've actually got a few things on a local hard drive here that's hooked into the back of this unit. It's
Using
got two
USB?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 USB ports or even an SD card slot, or it's got built-in Wi-Fi and an Ethernet port to access your home network in the content. And so these are all the shows that I've ripped or downloaded. Again, I can go into any of these, I can get show descriptions, and I can watch it right on my high-def TV, and that's the nice thing, the quality.
And I would say probably the biggest differentiator between Apple TV and the Boxee Box is right there. The fact that you can get access to all that content that you have versus just being able to go online or only get content through iTunes.
Well, the Apple TV is a very cool little box. It's about $100. The Boxee Box, it's double the price, $200. But for me, I would pay that price because it's so much more versatile. It recognizes every file format that you could possibly think of.
Yes.
Every video file from DivX to MKVs to even those new camcorder videos, the AVC HD, you can play through this box here onto the 1080p screen that you'd have at home.
You know, just going back into the interface again, the apps, and being able to access those music videos online, I thought was brilliant.
Well, that's the big thing. Everything's got apps now, so does Boxee, but they have them all free. There are some subscription ones, so if you like NHL hockey, for example, you can subscribe to an internet package. But this is cool. Like, check out Vivo here. I can go in, launch this, and I can access all my favorite music videos, and it's streaming it through the internet for free.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Awesome if you have a party going on and you just want to play background music and have something playing on the TV. This is brilliant.
You can play Eminem. I know you love him.
And unfortunately, we're not allowed to play anything for you because of licensing rights. But you know, I'd say that overall, internet TV quality isn't superb, but the audio sounds fantastic and the picture's good enough.
I love it. So again, if you're looking for the next generation as far as accessing your content, the Boxee Box does it for me. You can access a lot of the shows through the internet. The big plus, though, for me is accessing all that local content. A great way to do that in a very easy to use package. So on our journey of paranoia, I want to show you another backup method now.
Another one, okay.
So we talked about the online backup, which must have. It's also good to have an external hard drive in the home to do it too.
Okay.
So this one's a new one from LG, and it's network attached storage. So it does have the capability to be plugged in USB, but it also has Ethernet port on the back. So this is something you'd plug directly into your home router.
Oh, okay. All right.
And of course, you know, if you do that, it then allows you to share everything on this drive with all the computers and laptops in the house.
That's nice. Every kind of file could be shared.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Not just photos.
So music and everything.
Everything too.
Oh,
yeah.
wonderful. Okay.
So
iTunes?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got an iTunes server built in.
Wonderful. Okay.
So you can share your iTunes library with pretty well every computer. And what I like is that it's got an automatic backup feature, so you can have all of the computers in the home backed up automatically to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so every night at 2 in the morning, for example.
Okay, great.
Or whenever you want.
Hey, that's when I'm using it the most.
At 2 in the morning, and you're a night owl. And so something neat with this one, I haven't really seen this before, but it's actually got a built-in CD DVD burner.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can use this as an external optical drive if you needed to. But an important feature, you can actually then back up files onto blank CDs or DVDs for additional backup.
Okay, and then
Or you can back up stuff that's on those DVDs to the hard drive.
Quadruple paranoid.
Totally, yes.
Okay, no,
Taking it
that's
to like the nth degree there, basically. And it also has a USB port in the back, so if you wanted to, if you had another USB drive, you could then plug it in here and have all that stuff backed up onto this unit automatically.
Wow, okay.
So it's kind of like an all-in-one little backup machine. So taking it a step further, because it's hooked into your network and then to the internet, you can actually access this from outside your home, you know, from an internet-connected computer through a password to get at your files.
So if I'm at work, I can access my files on my home computer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, even better. Cool.
Kinda
I
cool.
like that. All right.
And the compatibility is good as well. So if you've got Windows and Macs in your house, which I know you do,
I do, yeah.
it's compatible with the Mac Time Machine, so it'll do that backup as well.
Okay, and it just knows.
It just knows.
Okay, wonderful.
And then finally, because you're putting all your media files on here, like music and videos and photos, it also has the capability to stream those to devices that can handle that. So a lot of the game machines like the Xboxes and the PlayStations and a lot of these new set-top boxes actually will be able to talk to this and pull the content off, and you can watch it on your big screen TV.
Can I use it with BitTorrent?
Yes, you can.
Oh, really?
Do you do that?
I do.
So BitTorrent's a type of program that you would use to download files off the internet, like TV shows and movies and stuff like that. So it'll actually act as kind of a BitTorrent storage device. So you can get them going and it'll save it all onto here.
And how much storage does it have?
This one here has 1 terabyte, so
Okay.
you can store tons and tons of stuff on there.
Very cool.
So online backup, also an external backup drive here as well. Plus you've already got it on your notebook computer. You're kind of triple protected. And you could even take it one step further and back it up onto a DVD.
I'll never lose my photos again.
Yes, and the nice thing is most of it is automatic, so
That's even better. Well, that's just
Right.
it. You never think about it, right? Until it's too late. So that's wonderful. Perfect.
Cool. Well, let's check out some more of these pictures
Cool,
that we
thanks.
saved.
I'm thrilled. I can't believe that Mike was able to bring my photos back, and it wasn't even that difficult. It is definitely something that I could do myself, so that's good to know. But it won't happen again.
I think it was great to actually visit Yolande again, but it really taught me something. No matter how techy you are, you can still be careless and lose those memories, because if you don't back up properly, an accident could happen.
It could. As a good friend of mine who is also very techy had a similar issue and had to recover their hard drive.
It can happen to the best of us. On the next episode, one of my favorites, I love answering the viewer emails that we get in, so we're actually going to step it up and try to answer even more in that one single program.
We're actually going to take a look at a Versus segment where we're going to look at the Apple iPhone, the video quality compared to a flip video camera, see which one's better.
Plus, we'll look at cleaning up a messy iTunes library and the best in photo tips. All that and a whole lot more on the next Get Connected.